Let's go from a hypothetical version of a rookie playing to the 6 rookies who made a major impact in the game yesterday. Our rookie report this week is brought to us by Mazda, moving the game forward for those who believe it's not just about playing the game, it's about redefining it, because these moments do more than win. They push what's possible, reminding us to go that extra yard, shift into that extra gear, and keep the game moving forward. When you follow what moves you, the unexpected is only the beginning, and just like there's more to every highlight, there's more to every Mazda. Mazda, move and be moved. Guys, 6 rookies contributed massively to the win yesterday. Mason Graham, Schwesinger, Judkins, Fannin, Aiden Huntington, the undrafted defensive tackle, and Andre Szmyt, who technically does qualify as a rookie. Let's start with Judkins, guys. This has been our most popular segment for 2 weeks in a row now in the VOD world, so we're going to keep it going until these rookies stop contributing. But Quinshon Judkins was incredible.
Yeah.
And it was the best performance by a Browns running back since Nick Chubb went down against the Steelers a couple of years ago.
You know, we saw him look good in garbage time against Baltimore the week before, but it was garbage time, so you didn't want to get carried away. He looked phenomenal in yesterday's game, and the only good drive the Browns had the whole day was that first field goal where they got down to the 1, obviously.
It was like a 70-some yard drive, I think.
Yeah, it was the only drive of more than 37 yards the whole day was that drive, and it was 2 huge plays by him and 1 huge play by Fannin.
Was that where they got to the 1 and then they ended up first and goal from the 20? Why didn't they use the jumbo package there that worked so well when they got down there to the 1 before?
Because they decided that they wanted to go with the slot fade with Luke Whippler on the goal line.
That's smart.
That was a big. But then there's
with the big fullback in
play action
and
slot fade.
I like my chances for
Luke
1 every
Whippler
time.
on the reception.
Judkins was having
I called him Whippler the first time. I'm like, that's better.
Judkins ran for 51 yards on the first 2 plays of that drive.
Yeah.
Right? Again, the Browns had not had a drive to that point more than 37 yards, and Judkins ran for 14 and then 38, I believe. So 52, I think it was 52 on those first 2 plays. Fannin made a nice catch, but, man, he looks like the real deal. I actually thought the run blocking was fine by the offensive line. The pass blocking is terrible, but I thought the run blocking was fine. They gave him some holes.
What if you had to rate the rookies by 1 to 6, like against one another?
I mean,
like which of the rookies stood out the most to you?
Yeah, that's
tough for me.
How do you compare a linebacker to a running back?
No, I know, but just on impact. Like,
I'm putting Judkins number 1. I thought he was that good.
I did too.
So many guys were that good, but I thought it was a great performance, and he looks very, very promising going forward.
Judkins has the backing of the locker room. Like, they think they've got a dude. I've heard from enough guys there. They're like, we got something in 10.
Yep.
And that's part of what I was talking about last week. And I don't think you were here. All the Baker and Nick Chubb stuff at midfield, and everybody was so angry that Nick isn't here anymore. I'm like, it's going to be okay. Quinshon can run the ball. He's legit. So, yeah, I mean.
You know, outside of him, we had 2 yards rushing.
Well, how many times did they rush?
Once.
It was Dylan Sampson on that third.
What does that tell you?
Samson's role is getting less and less and less.
He played 5 snaps.
And he got stuck in pass protect a couple times yesterday, too.
Yeah, I don't like Sampson in pass
protect.
Jerome
Ford's terrible also.
You know what we have? We've got Judkins, and then we got a bunch of dudes, like we used to have on the defensive line. Miles and a bunch of guys.
Well,
I don't know that we've got another running back that's even worse.
Most teams
have only one running back.
Yeah, but you got to have – I think – has it been announced yet that they Luke Floria, have they moved that yet?
He's on the practice squad.
Yeah, I didn't know if they had mentioned that
Brad
or not.
Steinberg tweeted it out.
They
Shout
brought
out to
him back.
Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Quinshon, listen, it's a difference between regular and one of them. It's different, bro. Like, when you got an offensive line, sometimes be like, the offensive line be opening these holes. They'd be like, no, Quinshon Judkins just make the first dude miss. That's the difference between – that's what happens to backs. People say the backs fall off a cliff. No, they don't fall off a cliff. They just start getting tackled by the first dude they contact. That's usually what happens. Like, he has young, fresh legs. When those guys are in the 38-yard run, it was a medium cutback. He was just like, oh, no, I see a hole. I'm going this way. And he had the vision to get back outside. It started inside, went back outside. And that just goes to show you that elite running backs, it's an innate type thing. And it's like this with a lot of the positions.
He didn't need training camp.
Like, sometimes, and this is why I would like to use it as an example for everything. Sometimes when you're in the game, some people just got it. That's a game cut right there, Bull. Like, he might be in practice. He's like, oh, well, it was supposed to go here. I'm going to keep it front side. You don't know if you a dog or not unless you get put into the fire and you can see that. Now, before this, nobody would have said Quinshon Judkins was going to give you 90-something yards with 5.2 carries on the Packers, right? But you saw what it is when he got in the game and he turned it up. That's the difference between regular dudes and one of them. When you one of them, you going to get money off against the best, right? Michael Parsons them was out there sucking wind a little bit. You know what I mean? So, Kevin Stefanski, I'm going to just give you a heads up. Here's what you do. I'm going to give you a reprieve on this because it's a Kool-Aid Mafia Monday, and we ain't had no Kool-Aid in a long time. But the next time I see you and you run a play-action, slot fade corner route to a center, I'm going to lose it. Here's what you need to do. You need, when y'all got down there to that, when y'all got 3 points and Quinshon Judkins had that long run, don't turn this into a Nick Chubb worrying about carries. Give the ball to him 4 straight times on the goal line, and if he don't make it in 4 straight times, we'll shake their hand. But he is your only offensive playmaker. It is time to take the training wheels off, and he needs to be in the game at all costs, and he needs to be getting the ball. I'm just letting you know. Yes. I'm gonna give you a reprieve. Don't let me see you throw no more slot fades or pass plays with offensive linemen no more.
I usually don't have a problem with trick plays. I'm usually I feel like people are way too critical about trick plays because they always look bad when they don't work. That one seemed baffling. I didn't know what they were doing there.
He came out with conviction too. It was a hard play fake. You know what I'm saying? Who's outside?
It didn't make sense. I hated the play call, even if it worked. And sometimes I do in the moment say, okay, it worked, but I hated it. I would have said that about that play. Don't outthink the room. You have it 1st and goal from the 1 yard line.
Come on, man.
Think about how big that whole series, that debacle would have been had they lost by 3 points in overtime. Winning hides warts and losing puts a spotlight on them. And fortunately for Kevin Stefanski, that whole debacle of a series didn't come back to get him. But I've seen enough with our jumbo package. We've got a fullback that looks like a Mack truck. Yeah. And he pointed this out. He has played fullback before. He knows how to get his pads lower. He knows how to blow a hole. It was easy. Stop it, Paul. It was easy. Judkins could have got 3 yards if he needed 3 yards in that spot. So I hope in the future when we get inside the 1, we don't start running these crazy, I drew this up at 3 in the morning because I woke up and couldn't stop thinking about anything else. Leave those at 3 a.m. Run what works, and that works. That play, and look, it doesn't mean it's going to work on every play, but when it's 1st and goal, you don't need to get creative. Just plow through the middle.
Luke Whippler could barely do his own job, let alone
now you're asking him to catch a pass.
Go Bucks.
Luke Whippler might be your starting center next year.
Who else are we going to put there?
I'll shake his hand.
Who else do we have?
Me, G. Bush are going out there. Nick.
Oh, no.
Can we please get you guys? That'd make a great training series.
It would be. Real quick, the other offensive rookie I want to hit on real quick. Fannin, not the biggest game, but that tackle or the tackles he broke at the end.
That was a big play.
Setup was a big play. Real quick, thoughts on Fannin? Are we good on Fannin? We'll get to
it wasn't a huge factor, but I think we all love his potential, especially when they get better talent around.
Listen, Kevin, let me talk to you real quick. Keep the 2 tight ends on the field. Those are your pass catchers. They're going to catch the ball more times than not than these receivers. I like what you can do with them. You can keep them in a block. You can check, release them. And your goal is to get those guys an empty space because David Njoku and Harold Fannin Jr. are a load to bring down. And nowadays, their corners are smaller. Safeties are smaller. Get them in space. Get them some quick.
Yes. And let them run some verticals. If we saw Fannin running routes off the wide receiver tree when he was at Bowling Green, I want to see if that's – because a lot of times that doesn't translate college. Because in college, you've got guys at positions, you can find the weak link. At the NFL, it's tough. I want to see, can he run vertical routes against an NFL defense like some of these other elite tight ends I have?
Yeah.
My guess is he will be able to do that.
Absolutely.
Let's see it.
Can't check it down. You got
No,
Joe's throwing everything short right
and that's
now,
the
so-
problem. He doesn't have a safety valve then.
All right, let's go to the defensive rookies because Mason Graham yesterday, according to ESPN Analytics, recorded a 43% pass rush win rate against the Packers. The average for a defensive tackle is 9. Let me repeat that. According to ESPN's Analytics, he had a 43% pass rush win rate against the Packers in Week 3. The average for a defensive tackle is just 9%.
When does PFF come out, Mike? Tomorrow? Or
In the
later
next
today?
hour.
Today.
Okay.
By 1
I'd be
o'clock.
curious to see how that compares to PFF's.
Yeah, that's
That's
just pass rush
insane.
win rate. That's just one metric. But Jason, he did record his first half sack. Was in on a ton of plays. He's looking pretty good through 3 games.
Yeah, it's so hard to gauge defensive tackles. Usually, everyone wants to go to the stat sheet, and you're just not going to see a lot from that spot. But I mean, Graham's been a beast since the opening drive against Cincinnati. He kind of got pushed around a little bit there, and ever since then, he's settled in and really solidified that whole inside of the line. Graham and Malik Collins together is terrifying coming from the middle of the defensive line, and he's showing why he went 5th overall. And why the Browns were as high on him as what they were. The trade was, they knocked it out of the park. I said it on draft night. I loved it. They got Quinshon out of the trade, and they got a future one out of it to go from 2 to 5.
Well, it looks good. If they
got
if they get a quarterback with that pick, then they knocked it out of the
looks
park.
all time
No,
great.
they
Even
knocked
right
it out
now
of the-
with what they got, it looks great.
They knocked the trade itself out of the park, period. When you go from 2 to 5,
Yeah.
you pick up an early
What's Travis
2 and
Hunter
a future
doing?
1. You got to
Nothing, right?
cash the pick.
Oh, it's true. They got the early 2. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now
I mean,
you
they
got-
could have taken Graham at 2, so I can't give them credit for Graham as that part of that trade. But
No, but
I mean, you
why
got
not move down a couple spots, still get them?
Yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah.
You
and
gotta-
I know it's early on
it
Travis
could
Hunter,
become an
but he's been a
all-time great
non-factor.
trade if
gotta-
they get the quarterback.
If they
out
get
of
it right.
You got an absolute menace.
But he's a stud.
Yeah.
And we were all down on it. I know I was especially down on it. It had very little to
He
do
was
with
going
him.
to quit, I think.
I was gone.
It had very little to do with him. It was more
gone.
about what they passed on. But obviously, it looks like a great pick because he looks like the frustrating thing about defensive players is, unless they're pass rushers or corners, it's you feel like they can't make an impact. But the two highly drafted defensive players this year, Graham and Schwesinger, have already made a lot of impact in 3 games, like noticeable impact. And that's really exciting. For them to be as impressive as they've been in their first 3 NFL games is super exciting.
Their first 4 picks are guys that we could, it's hard to
Yeah.
project. But right now, having the impact that they've had through 3 games,
Yeah.
that's the hard part.
And
If they can translate that into future success, these guys could be stalwarts on both sides of the ball for a long time.
And the interesting thing is going to be over the next couple of years, can they, most importantly, find the quarterback?
Yeah.
And secondarily, fix the offensive line, which couldn't be a bigger disaster, at least going forward.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It's
they-
a crisis. The
While-
offensive line
while
is a
at the
crisis.
What kind of has anybody looked at the free agents that are available next year?
I mean, you
Well, yeah, but before you get to that, while at the same time doing that before Miles and Denzel get too old.
yeah.
yes.
If they can get that done before those 2 guys get too old, with Schwesinger, with Graham,
Wow.
we could be talking about a really special team. That's a massive if until they get the quarterback.
Yeah,
It is.
You see why, again, people say, hey, trade Myles Garrett. You done lost your mind. Myles Garrett allows, that's the advantage of having somebody under contract that is a dominant player that's already proven. Now you get development during that track era, right? It looks like Myles missed his moment to play for a contender. It looks like Denzel probably missed his window to be a contender. So if people are saying, hey, no, just get rid of Myles Garrett, first of all, they couldn't do it. Second of all, these players wouldn't be playing the same way without
That is
And by the way, take a look at the Cowboys yesterday against a Bears
Yeah.
offense that has looked drunk, for the last year plus. And
Say-
that Cowboys defense yesterday, my jaw was on the floor how bad they were.
You don't get rid of generational players and Pro Bowl players
And get better.
and get better, and then hope. It's like if you're a millionaire, right? You already got money, but you spending $500,000 on lottery tickets for what? You already got the bag. It's hard enough manufacturing more money by gambling. You don't gamble. You add to it and you see if you can go ahead and make everything be like gel. So, but here's the thing too. If they can get, that's why I'm such an advocate on turning every stone and being imperative that you got to find a quarterback. If you can find a quarterback and you should be playing and you should be turning on every stone this year, you speed up everything else. Because if you find you got a quarterback, yeah, the offensive line is at a crisis. But what happens all of a sudden if I got 2 first-round picks that I don't have to use on a quarterback? Now I can get a tackle. I can go get another receiver. I got my 2nd-round pick, right? Or you got to think, we've been here before. Giving 3 first-round picks up for a quarterback, and if it don't work, where do you go? You don't have anything, no ammunition to get there.
Right.
And by the way, look, I know that they want to draft a quarterback, but I always say it. Where's that savior at? I've been watching TV.
It's too early. I know a lot of people have said it.
Right now, it doesn't look
Right now, it don't look
it
like
looks like there's no answer.
It doesn't, but there's
But it is
75% of the season that hasn't been played yet, and there are some quarterbacks that look good. Though the the Nebraska kid, Rioli. I'm not sure if that's
Raiola.
He's only a sophomore, not eligible.
I like him. I thought he could come out.
No, he's a true
I mean, but
sophomore.
I thought I saw his
you know,
name mentioned as a potential. That
There's
could
a
come out
risk
after
in
the
taking a
season.
guy after one good year.
There's all.
Well, yeah.
G is right. As of this moment, there's clearly no short thing in this
It's
draft.
September.
But I know, but
I'm definitely. I'm waiting.
But I didn't
I'm
say.
waiting.
All I said is
I know.
as of this moment.
You're right.
Today.
What
So-
we've seen, it certainly isn't Arch Manning.
No.
So what we want to see is, here's the thing. I don't understand the apprehensiveness. I don't get it. If you looking out there, you don't see it. You got him in house, bro. Just go ahead and make the difference. Because if you can do that, now think about your class. Go ahead and just go all the way with it. Don't half step. If you can do that, and Graham looking good, and Schwesinger and all them other dudes, guys, if your quarterback look half decent, you can write your ticket here. AB, hey Kevin, you want a lifetime deal? Find that quarterback, bro, and pair it with the rest of these two.
That I agree with you. I think that's the biggest if in the entire equation. Finding that quarterback is very difficult. We've talked about it on this show. Finding him later than the 1st round is even more difficult. Not impossible, Brock Purdy and many others, but you're right. Why hold that lottery ticket and not scratch it? We've got to see what's on there.
Stones.
We have to.
You got to have stones to make
We
that
got
move.
5 minutes left in this topic. 2 other rookies we got to hit on. We mentioned Schwesinger, so we'll go through this quick. But for a dude making his 3rd career start, he does not look any part of the rookie. He got his first sack yesterday on a baffling play by Jordan Love.
A+.
That was a weird play.
Weird play, but
why he
a
kept
sack
the ball
counts
there
for a sack, so give him kudos.
What was funny was that was when
And
they were
10
talking
tackles.
about Schwesinger wearing the green dot.
Yep.
And then the very next play, he got the sack. It
10
was
tackles, first career game with double-digit tackles. Real quick on Schwesinger. He's been every bit you could expect and then some.
That's why I said, we should rate them. But I got to tell you guys, they're all roses to me. They're all hits. These first 4 or 5 picks, I don't know how you differentiate. Schwesinger had a huge impact on defense, but so did the running back. Steve just sent us an interesting question in the chat, and I don't know what the answer. When was the last time
it happens more
a
often than
team
you
had,
think.
now it's only 3 games, but had their first 4 picks have this kind of impact? I don't know. Now, there were a lot of holes on this team, so they were going to get their opportunity.
We got to see how the
It
season
happens
goes.
more often than you think.
A+ for Schwesinger, right? A+ for
A+.
Schwesinger.
And by the way,
Graham.
I went back and took a look at Jim Shorts. He has a lot of clinic tapes that he literally runs and talks about his defense. And it's the perfect defense for young guys. I mean, they do have some calls that you got to make or whatever, and there is some mental gymnastics of being a guy that's calling the defense. But understand this. Jim Shorts' defense is, forget all the rest of that stuff. We coming after you. And we can come after you with 4. If you're going to be aggressive, just be aggressive. If you want to get blocked 2 yards in the backfield. So when you got a guy like Myles Garrett, that he is over there, that's a chess piece. Then you got Denzel Ward locking half the field away. So that's 2 halves already locked down. Then you got a guy like Grant Delpit who's running the alley that can tackle and doing some things that he's stepping up. All of a sudden, when you Mason Graham and you Schwesinger, all you got to do is worry about doing your job. You ain't got to worry about the rest of that stuff when that's all locked down. So the defensive scheme is there, and it reminds me of how Dick LeBeau used to be. No matter who was there for the Steelers, Dick LeBeau used to be there running that same fire zone scheme, blitzing people, all them linebackers, and every year the Steelers had something. I think Jim Schwartz had a down year last year, but he's showing you year in, year out, as long as I'm the coordinator, there's a certain level that we're going to get to.
Andre Szmyt, A+. What can you
Yeah,
say?
he's the other one. So
He gets it
Szmyt.
too.
A+.
Did you find the clip of Jay? I want that clip.
Oh, we do, Steve.
Yes. Play the whole
Play
thing,
the
though.
shot. It is 346, Steve. You got to pull up the
Even
shot.
his clips is long.
346.
My clip's going to be about 5 minutes. I started by saying this is a head and heart thing. I remember it. Play it.
Steve's pulling it in here. It's a 35-second clip.
Let's play it.
Steve's pulling it in. Give me 1
You
sec.
probably clipped the part where I said you
Is
gotta
Steve
move
pulling
on.
it in?
Steve is pulling in.
I think it's
346.
incoming.
Steve, pull it in, Steve.
Yeah.
Pull it in,
Steve, reel it in.
And then wrap it up.
Land
too.
the plane.
346.
Don't wrap it up.
Speaking of which, I've got
Okay, we got it. You ready?
I've got two very funny plane stories that I'm going to share later in the week.
No.
That
Okay,
happened on
this
my
was
trip.
from-
Oh, make sure it's Wednesday because I'm not here tomorrow. I
right.
got to hear this.
This is-
You yelled at the whole plane, you said.
I did,
Wow.
This is week
and was
one.
thanked for it.
Oh.
The Monday show, week one. The topic is, should the Browns cut Andre
Yes,
Szmyt and
let's
find a
hear it.
kicker?
Roll
This
it.
was Jay Crawford.
See if I remember this correctly. He has to go. And I hate to say that because I watched the interview with the young man after the game. My heart bled for him. That's someone's child. He has parents. But this is big boy football. This is the NFL. It's not Arena League. It's not USFL. This is big boy football. And those are makeable kicks. He didn't miss those kicks because of an inability to kick a football 37 and 36 yards. He missed those kicks because the moments were too big.
I remember
for him.
saying
That
And
is the whole answer.
he told us who
He
he was.
has to go.
That was my thesis statement. I don't know if you remember.
Here we go.
But later I said, this is one of those where my heart says one thing and my head says another thing.
No.
Now listen, keep that because here's the problem. And we celebrated a kicker one time before. As much as we sit here celebrating him
to cut him.
today,
Oh, I said you're only as good as your last
remember
kick.
week one with Cade York? We're like, oh my
Yeah.
God. I think that was the longest kick in Browns history, if I'm not mistaken.
It was.
In his first game to beat Baker, and I remember your
right.
ebbs and flows was like, the first thing he said when he made it was, Baker, you suck!
Yeah.
Look how fast Jay tore down the goalposts and moved
There
them
you go.
together.
No!
There you go.
All I'm saying is we thought we had it once, and we didn't.
Yeah.
I know.
I think, see if you guys agree with this. Kicking this year has been more erratic than any year I can remember.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Look at in a span of 3 minutes, look what happened yesterday in NFL games. 3.
Yeah.
The Bucks blocked a kick. The
Browns blocked
blocked a kick. The Eagles blocked a kick.
Yeah.
All of those were makeable kicks. And I'm seeing guys that we used to say these are rubber stamp makes, and they're just missing.
Well, the
Butker
blocks, you
missed-
can't blame the kicker for the block.
Well, sometimes you can. The trajectory is not right. It's a block.
Yeah, but
Like,
generally, if it's blocked, it's on the offensive
Yeah,
line.
but generally, if the kicker gets his foot in the right spot, the ball comes out like this, and the launch angle is unblockable.
Right,
So
but on a
it's
longer
combination
kick,
of things.
you have to get
Sure,
it
you do.
lower.
You have to
Yeah.
change that. But
Yeah.
I can't remember, and we would almost gotten to the point where we said, God, 50-yarders now. We're like, yeah, kick
Yeah.
it.
I don't know what the
But this
percentage
year, I wonder what the collective field
it up.
goal percentage is this year through 3 games. You know who's great at that is AI. And compare it to other years because guys are missing a lot of kicks.
Somebody said your goalpost is mounted on a U-Haul truck.
No, it's in the water.
Hey, Steve, you dirty for cutting that one. You dirty.
I know. I'm gonna go. I'll go listen to the whole soundbite later today.
You'll find the same answer.
Well, apparently my thesis was the same. He's got to go. Now, we may, as the NFL world goes, poor kickers, man. We may sit here next Sunday, and we may say the same damn thing. He's
Field
gotta
goal
go.
percentage
Field goal.
as of right now is 83.3%.
Now,
His
I wonder.
No, the NFL field
average.
goal. The
Average. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
So
83. Last year was 84, so it's not.
so it is a little. It's a percentage, not even
down
a
a
full
little.
percentage point.
23 it was 86, 22 it was 85, 21 it was 85. It's the lowest since 2019 as
Was
of
that
right
through
now.
2
but
weeks?
it's
Because
early.
I got that same number through 2 weeks.
No. I compared it to the full season.
No. You did it through 3.
No. For the full, I did through 3 for this year, but through the full
That's all
season
we have.
last year,
Yeah, it's all we have.